We have some breaking news for you tonight. Playboy founder Hugh Hefner has died at the age of 91.
Breaking news, the founder of Playboy, Hugh Hefner, has died.
ET can confirm Playboy founder Hugh Hefner has died.
Of the Playboy brand, Hugh Hefner has died.
Enjoying life and enjoys his work very much, but also enjoys the other parts of his life.
A self-made millionaire with a lavish lifestyle, Hugh was often spotted in his iconic red robe with a pipe in hand, surrounded by gorgeous women.
How do you think you're perceived?
Well, I know that there is a tremendous amount of curiosity about me and my lifestyle, etc., and that is not altogether an accident. But I also think that it has a major part to do with what Playboy is all about. I think that the two great fascinations and guilts in America are sex and wealth. And in combining the two in Playboy, and then with my own lifestyle, so intimately interrelated to the magazine, I think it's very natural that people both have a great fascination about that and about me, and also that it's a source of very real controversy.
Hefner founded Playboy magazine in 1953, partly from a $1,000 loan from his mother.
I believe in the things I'm doing. I believe in Playboy. I believe in the things that we've attempted to do through the magazine and through the Playboy Foundation. They are important to me.
Causes at his Playboy mansion in Chicago, which since his arrival there with the second of his three wives, had become a hub for his pornography and entertainment empire. He most famously founded Playboy magazine in 1953, with nude Marilyn Monroe pictures in the first December issue, which sold over 50,000 copies. That became 200,000 by the end of the first year, and by the start of the 1970s, Playboy shifted north of 7 million copies a month. It made Hefner rich. At the time of his death, the Playboy brand claimed annual sales of $1 billion.
Hefner changed America when he introduced Playboy magazine back in 1953. Stephanie Elam has more on life and times of an American icon.
He was one of the original American Playboys, a magazine tycoon who helped spark a revolution, one that challenged the nation's views on sexuality.
I have celebrated the romantic connection between the sexes, and that's part of what Playboy is all about.
Hugh M. Hefner, who liked to be called Hef, was born in Chicago in 1926 and raised in what he said was a strict household by conservative Protestant parents.
I felt there was something more to life than the world I saw around me.
In 1953, with just $8,000, the aspiring publisher produced the very first issue of Playboy magazine on the kitchen table of his Chicago apartment. The cover featured a photo of Marilyn Monroe and sold more than 50,000 copies when it hit newsstands in December of 1953. Hefner now had the funds to finance another issue, and the Playboy empire was born.
Well, I have never really thought of Playboy as a sex magazine. What I've tried to do is create a lifestyle magazine for men.
Hefner divorced his wife Mildred Williams in 1959, and during the early days of the magazine's success, decided he would not only promote the fantasy he helped create, but he would live it as well. Audiences got a taste of Hefner's good life in an early 1960s television show called Playboy's Penthouse.
Come on in and meet some of our guests.
Having already established himself in Chicago, Hefner made the move out west. In the early 1970s, when Playboy magazine was selling 7 million copies a month, he made his permanent home at the now famous Playboy Mansion in Los Angeles. In 1989, Hefner uttered the two words many thought he'd never say again when he married Playmate of the Year, Kimberly Conrad.
I do.
The couple had 2 children, but separated in 1998. Hefner said he realized he was much happier as a bachelor.
I am essentially a romantic, so I think my life revolves and always has revolved around women.
Hefner continued to live out the Playboy fantasy even in his later years, often seen in his trademark silk pajamas, surrounded by busty blonde lingerie-clad women while hosting extravagant parties with celebrity guests. He even returned to television in 2005, this time sharing the small screen with 3 live-in girlfriends in the reality show The Girls Next Door. In the late 2000s, he began an on-again, off-again relationship with Playmate Crystal Harris, 60 years his junior. They tied the knot on New Year's Eve in 2012. Hefner sold his beloved Playboy mansion for $100 million in 2016, on the condition that he be allowed to live there for the rest of his life. Playboy and provocateur Hugh Hefner wanted to make the world a happier, sexier place.
What's your definition of obscenity?
Racism, war, bigotry, but sex itself, no. What a sad and cold world this would be if we weren't sexual beings. I mean, that's the heart of who we are.